Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Create and Process. In today's video, we're gonna look at how you can create out some amazing graphic design concepts in Adobe Photoshop. We'll be applying clipping color adjustment layer to any image using Photoshop. So these are the three designs we're gonna use to understand this concept. In the previous video, we have seen how you can create out some amazing text effect in Adobe Illustrator. We have used transform option to create out these three designs. For the first design, we have used a scale transform option and move tool to create this interesting text effect. For the second design, we have used rotate option to get this nice rotatory feel to the text. And lastly, we have applied it to a shape and created out this interesting concept using the transform option. In this tutorial, we'll be creating out these three designs using photographs. We'll be applying solid color adjustment layer to the images. We'll also use hue and saturation color adjustment layer. Also, we'll apply black and white adjustment layer during the process. We'll look at it as we go along. So let's begin with the designing process. So for the first design, cover design, we have used photographs and applied monocolors using solid color adjustment layer. We have applied clipping mask to it and created a design. So let's bring in our photographs and let's understand this. So I'll just drag and drop it over here. Okay, scale it down and place it around here. Let's scale it to fit it according to our artboard. Then we'll place this around here, and third photo we'll place it in the center. And I'll go to layer, and here in this we can see all the layers, three layers. I'll place this image layer on the back of it and just place it around here. Okay, Control T, Command or Control T, and just scale it up a little bit and place it in the center. So here we go, we have placed all the images in their respective places. Now let's apply solid color. So let's go over here and choose solid color. So we will use solid color here. Here we can see all the adjustment layers. We have solid color, we have gradient, we have patterns, we have brightness, contrast. All these are adjustment layers. So for this we're gonna use color adjustment layers. So the solid color, then we'll be using hue and saturation, and we also use black and white as well. So for this design, I'm going to use solid color. Here it is. I'll just choose any color. For this, I'll just pick up this color from here, a purple color here, and let's pick okay. And I'll change the blend mode to multiply. Okay, and we'll apply clipping mask. So with the alt press, you can clip it, or you can go over here to the layers and click on create clipping mask, and that way it will be applied. And double click on this, just make it brighter and just move around. Okay, we can use multiply, or you can use screen as well. So it depends on your usage. So let's see what happens if I choose screen and just make it a little bit darker. So for this one, we're gonna use screen. So it depends on your images. If it's dark, you can use screen. If it's brighter, you can use multiply. So here I have used a darker one and click OK. And here you can see it's purple, but there is a color tone. So to remove the color tone, you're going to use black and white or adjustment layer. So I'll go here and switch on black and white. And here we go. And just clip on make clipping mask. This is the clipping mask option. Just click on it and it will be applied to this. And here we go. You can see that the color has been removed. I'll go to the layer again, and if I just hide and hide, you can see the difference, right? And just make clipping mask to this, right? And let's adjust the colors here. So I'm going to change the a little bit darker, something like that, and something like that. So here we go. Our first color is applied. Now let's apply to the other images. So we're going to use the solid color, same. So you can either create a duplicate, or you can just add a new solid color, pick a color, something like yellow, okay, and just clip it here and change the blend mode to multiply. I'm using multiply. If I use screen, it will be so much brighter. So as the image is bright, I'm going to use multiply. And there's something over here. As you can see, even I have applied yellow color, the color of the bicycle is still visible. So we're going to apply black and white as well. So I'll just duplicate this and place it in the center here, as you can see here. So the color is removed now, and let's match the color. And so I'll double click on the solid color and just make it a little brighter yellow, and here we go, we got that nice color. And to see the color codes, let me show you. So for the purple, I have used the color code 1F0039, and for the yellow I have used the color code F2CE00. So you can just copy paste these codes and you'll get the same color. Now for the third image, I'm going to duplicate this. Control, command pressed, then Alt with the Alt press, click and drag it up on top, and we got under duplicate and just clip it. So with the Alt press, make clipping mask, something like that. And here we go. Now let's change the color to green. So just go to yellow, pick a color green, something like this. Okay, and yes, here we go. So the color code is 00F45E. So here's the photographs where we have applied solid colors as a clipping mask and created this nice monocolor photographic effect. And then now let's see how we can apply clipping color adjustment layer to the images using the hue and saturation adjustment layer. So here for the process will be same. Let's bring in the photographs. I'll just go here and pick all the photographs which I need. So just click, just drag and drop it over here. Okay, and I'll just place it around here. Okay, enter, scale it down, enter, and enter. Okay, so we got all the images. Let's see what. Here's one image, this one here, this one is for here, this one here, this one here, here. So we got all the images here. Now let's do the placement. So as you can see, all the images are inside a rectangular box. So I'll just create one rectangle. Let's use the shape tool and I'll just draw out one rectangle. Okay, something like this. And I'll just bring it over here. This one here on this artboard. And now what we can do is we'll go to layer. Here it is. I'll just hide this, and with the command or control pressed, click on thumbnail to make a selection and just apply mask to each of the layers. Just make a selection, select the layer, apply mask, make a selection. With the command or control press, click on thumbnail, you got a selection area, select the layer, mask. So all the 6 photographs, I'm doing the same process. Make a selection, selecting this and applying the mask to all the images. Or you can just click, drag with the Alt press, duplicate, and here we go, we have applied it. Now let's do some adjustment. I'm just unchecking this lock between these thumbnails, this mask and the image, just so that I can individually select the images and I can just move around, something like this. So just make it bigger, something like that, and enter. Okay, do the same for the others. Let me see this one. So here's the image, just hide everything, select this, command control T, bring in here, place it somewhere around here and just scale it down appropriately according to the size of the rectangle. Okay, and something like that, and enter. Now we'll do the others as well. So this one, select the image, command control T, bring in here. Okay, and just scale it down a little bit and enter. So this is very simple steps, very easy. Just making a selection, applying it, apply a mask to your image and just scale down your images according to the size. So here we go. Now unhide all these eyes. Okay, and just lock all these layers with the mask and the image layer. Just lock this up. Now you can move this around. So I'll do all the placement properly according to our design. I'll place this here, this one should be here, this one around here, this one around here, and this one on the last. So we got all the placement. Just place it, zoom it in and work it out, something like that. Okay, now let's do the same for the other images. Just bring it and place it there. Do the same for this image. Do the same for these images. We have placed all these images similar to this. Now let's apply clipping color adjustment layer to this images. So first thing, let's apply hue and saturation. So bring in a hue and saturation adjustment layer, right? And using hue and saturation, you don't need to apply black and white adjustment layer. As you can see, there is a colorize. It's automatically remove the colors. Now you can choose any color you want. Here you can say it's red, little reddish, something like that. Let's increase the color and make it a little darker, something like that. As you can see, yep, and a little bit something like that. So it's very simple. Apply the color in the layers. You can see here it is. Now let's apply clipping mask. You can either click Alt and you can see this icon, click on it, or you can go to layers and click on create clipping mask, and here we go. Now I'll duplicate this and place it on top of the other, make clipping mask and change the color to this. So let's choose the bluish tint, green bluish tint there, okay, and make it a little darker, and here we go. It's very simple. For the third image also, I'll just with the Alt press click and drag, and it will create a duplicate of the adjustment layer. With the Alt press click and make clipping mask and change the color to this color, purplish magenta, little magenta and little dark, brighter, and yep, little bit something like that. Okay, so here we go. We'll do the same for the others. Create a duplicate with the Alt press, drag and drop over there, apply clipping mask, double click on the adjustment layer, and for this I'm going to use yellowish tone. So let's pick the yellow color, little darker, maybe a little brighter as per your requirement, and here we go. Do the same for the other images. Click and drag, create a duplicate, make clipping mask, double click on it, choose a color that's red color, and just make it a little bit darker and a little bit brighter, something like that. Here we go. And last image, we'll create a duplicate, place it on top with the make clipping mask over there, double click on the adjustment layer and pick orange color for this. Just pick orange color and make it darker, make it highlight the color. So here we go. We have applied color adjustment layer to each of the images and applied clipping mask to it. So I'll just create a duplicate of this, and with the Alt press click and drag, this is the second cover design which we have used using the adjustment layers, color adjustment layer. We have first one, we have used a solid color adjustment layer where we need to use black and white as well, just to remove the color, otherwise you don't need. And also while applying your solid color adjustment layer to images, you need to make sure that your color mode is multiply if the image is bright, and you should use screen if the image is very dark. So in this second design we have used hue and saturation, where we got this option colorize which remove the color. So you just need to adjust the color, and this is the second technique which you can use to apply clipping color adjustment layer. Now lastly, let's create this cover design, interesting cover design. As you can see, we have highlighted this hat with a different color, red with blue, and here with a blue with red, and we have used mask option. We have used pen tool to trace out this hat. If your image contain other something like ball or any object, you can just trace it out, use the same technique and create out this similar cover design. So let's begin. So I'll just bring in an image for our design. So just go to folder, drag and drop. Here's our image. I'll just scale it down, place it around here, and just scale it down, something like this. And here we go, enter. I'll just create one more duplicate of it just for the other image, and selecting this image, go to layer, and let's apply hue and saturation, or maybe solid color. So let's choose what's best for our design. So I'll go here, let's choose solid color for this, okay, and I'll just bring a blue color from here and click OK and make clipping mask to it, and change the blend mode to multiply for this, and let's go to solid color and make it brighter, something like that. So pick the color and make it brighter and adjust the color accordingly. And we can do something different here. As you can see, the color of the image is visible. So what we can do is I'll apply black and white. So I'll just choose black and white color and just clip it. So go to layer and black and white. So here's the difference. Earlier it was looking like this. Once I apply black and white, there's a simple plain mono color, and it looks interesting, it's looking great. So I can adjust the blue color now very nicely, so something like that. Okay, this looks great. and here we go. So I'll just create a duplicate of these both layer and apply to the second layer image. Just go there and make clipping mask to it, and let's change the blue to a red for this. So I'll just pick red and done. Here we go. So it was very simple, blue and red, we have applied it. Very easy, very simple, solid color and hue saturation. You can use two options, solid color or hue and saturation. For this design I have used solid color. You can use hue and saturation as well. If you want to check it out, let me show you this. So I'll just delete these two both, right? Selecting this layer, I'll just pick hue and saturation, right? And click colorize, okay? And let's change the color to red, okay? And make it darker, red, and a little bit darker, something like that. And this the red color, and it's bright, it's light. Now let's trace off this head part. So I'll use the pen tool. So select the pen tool, click, trace according to your hand, and again follow the border of your head. For your images it might be a different object, so just trace it out accordingly and just make sure your hand portion is traced out properly. Now right click and make selection. Make the feather radius to 0 and click OK. So here we go, and I'll go to layer and I'll add a new layer on top and Alt backspace. Just apply a solid color to it, Command Control D to deselect. I'll create one more duplicate. With your press, click and drag and place it on the other side as well, okay? And just place it on top of it accordingly, something like that. Okay, now you can hide both of the layers, and with the Command or Control press, click on the thumbnail of one of it, right? And let's click on the mask shape of this solid layer and apply Command backspace, right? And this will remove the color, and you can just create a duplicate of it, right? And Command Control I and change the blue color to red. And if I remove the black and white, you can see it's brighter. So let's remove the mask region from this black and white region. So I'll just click this thumbnail here, there's a mask, right? Click and drag and apply it over there, yes, and here we go. So what happened over here is we have applied black and white to the whole region of the image except this head region. We have done the same for here as well. We have applied the blue, and for the head region we have applied red to this region only, and we have removed all the masking from here. So for the head we have given separate as solid color, and for the body we have used blue, and for the black and white also we have applied to the body. Do the same for the other. So for the second image we're going to use the same technique. It's very simple because here's only one layer. So I'll create a duplicate of this. Before that, make a selection. So click on thumbnail, make a selection of this area, right? And let's create a duplicate of this. This one is going to be for red, this one is going to be blue. So I'll just pick blue, okay, for now. And here let's apply. So this one I'll apply this mask region, Command Control backspace, okay, and here also Command Control backspace, okay. This one I'm going to reverse it, remove the selection, then Control I, and here we go. Let's adjust the color of the blue, just make it brighter, and here we go. We got a nice blue color and nice red color to these images. Now lastly, let's bring in the text. So select this, click, drag and bring it there, okay, and do the same for the other here. And now let's add the background. So I'll just create a duplicate of the shape, and let's select the rectangle tool and just create a shape, right? Change the color to blue. So let's pick a blue color from here, okay, and okay. We'll create a duplicate of this here and change this color to red. You can go here and choose red color, okay, pick from here. This is the red color, okay, nice. Now go to layer and just place these below are all the shape layers. Place it down there, and lastly select this photo layers, right, all these, and double click on this and apply drop shadow. Under drop shadow, change the multiply opacity to around 80 to 95%. Then here for the blue, pick dark blue color and distance around 70 maybe, right, and size around 70 as well, and click OK. And we'll do the same for the red. Just go select the red image and double click on it, apply drop shadow, go to the color, choose red color, dark red color, okay, and size to around 70, okay, 70, and little bit blurrish, something like that, and here we go. So lastly, we have created all these amazing photo effect in Adobe Photoshop. We have used solid color adjustment layer, hue and saturation adjustment layer, and black and white adjustment layer, and also we have used clipping mask options. We have used all the attributes, and lastly created all these amazing cover designs using clipping color adjustment layer. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, and if you want more updates on designing, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.